I'm Jenn Page.
And I'm John Curtis.
And we're two engaged nerds in a garage. Look what happened, guys.
It was a good New Year.
She
said yes.
Let's happen. There's a little bit of delay, so we're gonna wait for them to catch up.
There's a.
Well, Summer also said she's in for Florida, so she'll join us on that. So, Kate's head just exploded. So, guys, this is honestly how I always thought it would happen.
Yeah, your daughter's on.
This is how I always thought it would happen in real life.
Right, this is
Harley. Play the video.
Come on.
Shut up.
Where is everyone?
Why are you here? Quit dying.
We should get married.
Cool.
I honestly thought that's how it would go. That's not how it went. Oh, Christina says, I'm literally crying. Oh my gosh. Did my mother keep a secret?
What?
I'm so impressed.
Yes.
Lots of congratulations coming through. Thank you guys. Justine, woohoo. Kate, that's awesome. Congrats, you lovelies. Summer, congratulations. Lots and lots of wonderful congrats. Thank you guys.
Mr. McKee, no, she is not pregnant.
Fact check in case because she's pregnant. Well, apparently because we're having the baby and then the baby and the baby.
baby.
But the funny thing is, I want to tell the story how it really happened. I actually wish Harley was on mic right now because she could really dive into details on this. So John Curtis and Harleen Delirious one day were like, we're going to go get you a Christmas present, basically. And I was like, no, I don't want you to buy me anything. That's really stupid. Just stay here. We only have a couple hours together. And he's like, no, it's only gonna take me an hour to go with her and pick out this Christmas present.
This was a real argument. It took like a half hour to get out of the house.
I was so mad because we didn't have that much time together and I wanted to hang out and play video games.
I wanted to take her daughter, Harley, who's sitting to the right of us producing, and pick out a ring.
Oh, wait, really quick. No,
process.
No, baby. No, baby. Let's clear this up.
Oh.
You confuse matters with your stupid predictive text and then fact checking of Brian McKee.
Yes.
No baby.
No baby. No baby.
Anyway, continue.
So once we finally got out the door with you still fuming angry.
I was like, whatever. I'm going to go shopping myself. And I literally did. I went and shopped and bought stuff for myself.
Yes. So we picked out a ring, which was flashed up on the card there. You saw a minute ago. There it is again. And go ahead, take it from there.
So I guess he planned on doing it on Christmas Day. And my daughter, who knows me very well, said, you should. She loves Christmas.
I know, but like you weren't feeling well.
I was feeling fine. I don't know what he's talking about. I wasn't feeling well. It would have been magical. She said you were like, no, she won't like it because it's too whatever cheesy. I was like,
I was in my head. But then I got out of my head on New Year's Eve.
Did you? Because then on New Year's Eve, there was nothing happening on TV. There's nothing to watch. There's nothing to do. You're just sitting in your house trying to stay awake. So we were trying to play games with the girls.
My plan was to wait till the stroke of midnight and do it then. But we were getting tired because we're old.
We were going to stay up till midnight. He's making all the excuses up to make himself look better.
No. So I moved it up a couple hours.
So anyway, he goes, I'm going to get the girl because Harley's stepsister was staying over with us for that night. So he's like, I'm going to go get the girls and we're going to play games. We're going to play Jackbox. I'm going to convince them. So he goes in and he shuts the door and I'm figuring he's in there trying to convince them to play games. And I'm like, it's never going to happen. They're never going to come out here and play games. And then he shuts the door. And he comes to the guy. He's like, they're not going to play with us. No, actually, you didn't even say that because you came out sweating. He came out like, okay, so he comes back in the room and he's like sweating and he's red and he's got on like his Christmas sweater. So he's just like, he just looks like he's just freaked out blob of like sweaty red mess.
It was not.
Oh man, I wish I could have filmed it. And I'm like,
what's wrong with you?
Literally, I'm like, what is your, I didn't say it out loud. I was just like thinking like, what is his problem? And he starts saying these nice things like, baby, I love you and I want to stay together forever. But he's kind of saying it under his breath because he's so nervous. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, yeah, okay, me too. Meanwhile, literally laying on my back on the floor of the living room because my back hurts.
Yeah.
So I'm laying on the floor. And
moment of beauty.
And he's just like, he's like, you keep saying all these things. And then he's trying to get something out of his pocket. He's fumbling. He's forced. And I was like, what is wrong with you? What are you doing? And he finally gets on like two knees. And he pulls out this ring from his pocket, mind you. And then as he's pulling out, he's like, will you marry me? My mind is immediately thinking, this is like one of those bubbles gum rings you pull out of a little
she
toy.
thought it was a joke the whole
I
time.
thought it was like a Star
up
Wars
to this
thing where
point.
he thought it was just funny and he was being silly. No, we're not going to go there yet. We're
Okay.
going to continue with our story before we go to comments. Is that
No,
Oh, okay.
I was going to mention the one thing that happened while
Okay. Oh, yeah. That's right. That's right.
my jeans ripped as I got down on my knees, right in the ass crack.
It was
Not even
a big
joking.
rip, but I didn't hear it. But he's apparently in his head going,
So I
oh,
heard
God.
it. I felt it. And I'm like, oh my God, this is
She's like,
happening.
"Did she
I
hear
can't
that?"
Did you hear that? So of course that just makes me sweat more and shake more. And I'm like, this is terrible.
And then I'm looking, I'm like, I still don't see if the ring even has a diamond because he's holding it weird. Because he didn't use the box or anything. He's just like holding.
Because
My daughter's dying right now. You should. I wish she was on camera.
everyone's. I didn't use the box for a reason. The box had words on it. It had collection or something on it. I didn't like the box, even though it would have been nice to do that.
I think he could have covered the box. I would have not even noticed the words because there's a ring in a box.
Anyway, so I'm fumbling out of my pocket and I get the ring out.
And so he asked me, and I'm like, at this point, I'm like, are you serious?
No, your words are you joking right now?
Because I realized at that point, oh, this isn't a fake ring. I think this is a real ring. I think he's actually asking this, but it was just so weird.
Yeah.
And then he's like, you're like, no. And I'm like, are you being serious?
And I said, yes.
And I was like, I wanted to comfort him at this point because he was so sweaty and nervous. I was like, oh, so I hug him and I'm like, and you're like,
Is that a yes? Because I don't know still at this point with my ripped
and then I'm
jeans.
like, duh.
So eloquently put. Did you do that? Nice. Okay.
So everybody is gonna ask that story. I'm gonna make them watch this retelling because I don't want to tell it 100 times. But
Yeah.
we tried to make a recreation video of it. But John was being so serious in it, and it was like coming off way too endearing. I was like, no, that is not how it went off. We can't play that video.
So as part of that, and maybe we'll show this in the future if the nerds are lucky, but we filmed the way I thought it should have been. And I gave a speech off the top of my
I was
head.
recording him, and I was literally tearing up during his speech that he was making up at that moment.
So when we were filming the ideal way I should have proposed, I actually came out with
We
a
should
really
have
good
let us show
speech.
it. You didn't want us
Well,
to show
there's
it,
something for the future.
but it was very sweet, and I would have really liked that version. But I don't know, let's go to Hogwarts or let's.
Yeah, I know.
Also, it's really funny because he's so nervous that even my daughter, who knows me very well, and he knows me, they were like, we should get some kind of nerdy ring. But John talked himself out of it. And he got a very traditional ring. And I'm like, why? I don't understand. Like, you know
I
me better
figured
than
we could save the band, the wedding band.
that's not it, because I gave him that idea. He's trying to make himself look better right now. You were so in your head about it. Like, we can't. You've known me for over 4 years. You know me better than almost anybody.
Whatever, she said yes.
I love it. It's beautiful. Don't get me wrong. I just think it's funny how much you talked yourself out of things during the whole process.
That was a big mess.
Even though Harley was there going, do it, do it, do it. Jason, a beet red, sweaty John with ripped jeans, and she still says yes. Very impressive. I want to go back up and see comments we might have missed. Oh, Chris Edgar. Oh, somehow I thought you were already married. Might as well have been. Summer said, I thought, where's that? I missed it. I can't find it, but she says, oh, my babies are getting married.
Actually,
there it is.
Harley was putting a couple of those comments up.
Oh, I wish I'd seen them. Kate, you should. She loves Christmas. LOL.
So there you go,
Summer,
nerds.
Andy did the same thing with the ring. Bless their hearts. That's what they say in Texas when you do something stupid, but they're just trying to be nice. Bless your heart.
Also, that's a way to.
Ria says, I am dying.
Also, a comment Harley put up.
Christina says, well, we have to read them because our podcast
that's right, our
listeners don't know.
podcast.
Christina says, such an awesome nerd moment. LOL. Malia, this wins. Well, thank you guys for indulging us in that
nerds.
story. Thanks
you.
for sticking around to hear the news.
Welcome back. Welcome, new year. 2021 is giving new meaning to storming the castle. Crazy times. There's a meme out there. I should have put it up
The
for
Donkey
the nerds.
Kong meme?
No, I think I sent it to you this morning. I sent it to the guys. There's, Darth Maul has the double
Oh,
bladed
yeah, I didn't
thing.
get it.
So Darth Maul opens up one end of his sword and it says 2020. And then he opens up the other end. It says 2021.
So meaning we're just gonna get ready
Just
for more battle.
another weird, crazy year. Yeah,
And
someone
we
didn't.
forgot- yeah,
someone
we
didn't
forgot
say
to
Jumanji.
we forgot. We were all supposed to say Jumanji at midnight, and we all forgot. So we're stuck in this stupid game. Dave Hoffman says, "My predictive text predicted your announcement, the year of the ring." Yes.
Oh!
Oh,
Predictive text.
Nice, Hoff.